What's up everybody, Phil Mendoza with Alpha Bowhunting. In today's video we're going to go over what potentially is the best hinge for bow hunting. Alright, so the last video we came out with was talking about shot selections if you're using a hinge in the field. And kind of part two to that is really talking about, well, if you do decide to look at hunting with the hinge, what are some of the features and or qualities you need to look at that could help you be a little more successful if you decide to shoot one of these types of releases. Now, one of the most common sense things I think I'm going to start with is a hinge. Obviously there's moving parts on it. You can hear that, then you know they're going to hear that. So one of the things that I like to consider, this is actually one of the releases. I've got 3 of these that are set up about identical. These are the ones I've been shooting, and don't make this release anymore. This is a Scott Longhorn, but I like the ability to secure the head portion of the release with the rubber band. Mine's actually broken on this one, so I'll bring this one out. Some of the releases give you the ability again to, it's almost like a rubber band that people used to use when they're abrasive, and those really small rubber bands. So even though the total head is moving here, the individual portion that hooks onto your D-loop is not. So that's one less moving part, one less chance that something can be making noise, clinking while you're in the tree stand or in the woods. So again, I would say that is one of the more critical things I look at, just because if you're moving around, rangefinder in your hand, whatever you do, any little movement that they're going to catch up on that. That's any sound, I should say. The second thing that I'm going to tell you to consider or decide on is if you shoot a hinge with a click, some clicks are really loud. This one, not so much, but I don't know if you can hear that on the camera, but if it's dead silent wherever you're hunting and you're drawn back and you're at full draw and you're starting to squeeze through the shot and you hit that click, click, that could be all the noise that's needed to put that white-tailed deer, especially antelope, elk, on edge as to, oh, what was that? And now they're in alert mode, and they're going to be a little bit quicker on the reaction time as far as if something happens. I personally don't like to use a click. I think that going without a click really gives you a better surprise shot anyway. If you can get to that, I'd encourage you to get to that. So that's the noise in my opinion is the biggest downside of these types of these hinge releases, excuse me. But going into some of the features, obviously there's a lot of good releases on the market today, hinges especially, and some of them give the ability to hook up right to a wrist strap, built in now, you know, kind of with the bow hunter in mind. Other ones have a lanyard style. I've went so far, one of my releases, I've drilled a hole right through the body here, and I put, was essentially like D-loop cord, and I made a small wrist strap with it. I don't do that anymore just because I've gotten used to my process, I guess, is I'll put my release just with the barrel in my mouth, use my rangefinder, have my hands free, have my bow hand free, excuse me. So I'll have this in my mouth, and then once I'm ready, I can just grab it from my mouth, hook on, and drop. That's just what I've gone to. I usually keep it in my front pocket as well, with no other items in my front pocket, so it's not making noise on anything. So as you're starting to look at features, I would say look at the style of release. Is there multiple moving parts that can move around? Like this is an older style release. This is I used to shoot a 3-finger version of this years ago for tournament stuff, but you know, some of the new ones on the market, again, they give you that ability to lock that head in place, you know, and lanyard style, buckle style as far as the wrist strap. So I would say that I wouldn't overcomplicate this process at all. If it's a release that you shoot that you're confident with, that's the most important thing. Second to that, think about the noise factor. Where can there be noise that could alert an animal, and try to minimize that. Again, I have to get this release ready for hunting again. I got to put another rubber band on it. They usually wear out after a while, but that's part of the process. The last thing is I don't put too much cloud into it, but it can still happen, is if you have a highly glossy release and your sun is shining on you wherever you're from, you know, wherever the angle's hitting you, I should say, wherever you're standing, these could catch some glare. So some of these, like this one, did a really good job. It's kind of a duller sheen. So some of the releases, like this one, could potentially give a visual as well to animals. I actually put a little bit of tape. This paint's already kind of dulled off enough too, but those are the common sense things I would say to consider. The biggest thing is take extra special care on the noise consideration. Other than that, use the hinge that makes you most accurate, and at the end of the day, it's going to deliver more success in the field. So hope you enjoy these videos. We will see you soon on another one. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell below, and leave us a comment. What's your favorite hinge release if you do hunt with one? Or maybe you don't hunt with one anymore because of one of these things that happened where it, you know, alerted an animal in the field and you lost a potential good shot situation. So let us know, comment below. We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah. I'm ready to play now. Put me in the game now. I came here to prove it. I'm ready to do it. I can't be afraid now. Put me on the stage now. I'm ready to rage now. I feel like an animal stuck in a cage and I'm ready to break out.